Hey guys, we're going to do 4.10 today, which is going to be the last lesson in chapter 4, and we're going to do two-step inequalities. I'm pretty sure after we finish this lesson with chapter 4, we're going to move into some geometry concepts. I'm pretty sure, but I'll have to double check on that, and I'll let you guys know in plan book. So when you're solving two-step inequalities, it's going to be just like solving two-step equations. You're going to rewrite the inequality so the variable's on the left, just like you have been doing. Then you'll change any subtraction to addition, if there is any subtraction. And then you will add the opposite to isolate the variable, and then multiply or divide. Here's the real two steps. That's basically the first and second step. These up here are just kind of like getting ready to solve. Okay, so step 1 will always be add the opposite to isolate the variable, or get the variable by itself, and then step 2 will be to multiply or divide to get a coefficient of 1. Okay, now remember, if you multiply or divide by a negative, you have to flip your inequality sign. Okay, and then last thing you have to do is graph your solutions. All right, so example 1. So here our variable is already on the left-hand side, so we don't have to flip anything, so we can go ahead and solve it. So I'm going to change to addition, so plus the opposite. And then I'm going to move or add the opposite. So I'm going to add a positive 5 to move that over, because I always want to try and get the variable by itself. So I'm going to move whatever's with it to the other side by adding the opposite. Negative 5 and positive 5 would just go to 0. Okay, I didn't mean to draw that over there. Alright, so then on this side we're left with 3x. On this side, not equal to, less than or equal to. On this side we have 15. Alright, the last step is to get the variable to have a coefficient of 1. Right now it's being multiplied by 3, so the opposite of that is to divide by 3. Okay, 3 divided by 3 is 1. We're dividing by a positive, so the sign stays the same. 15 over 3 is 5. Then you have to graph. That's not a pretty graph. Alright, so we have 5. It's less than or equal to, so that's filled in. And then it's less than. So all the numbers less than to the left. Okay. Alright, when we look over here at this one, we see that the variable is over here on the right-hand side. So we're going to flip the whole thing. So we're going to make it negative 10x plus 4 is on this side, 2 is on that side, and then we're going to flip our sign. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing we did over there. You're going to add the opposite. So here's our variable. So the number that's with it is 4. So we're going to add a negative 4 to move it to the other side, because that will go to 0. So now we have negative 10x over here. 2 and negative 4 gives us negative 2. All right, our last step is divide by negative 10. Okay. Negative 10 divided by negative 10 is positive 1. We can simplify this fraction. Remember, a negative and a negative gives you a positive. And we can simplify that fraction to 1/5. And then since we divided by a negative, you have to flip your sign. Okay, and then we cross this. Alright, this is just less than, so it's open circle. Because it's not including 1/5, it's only the numbers that are less than 1/5. Okay, I'm going to do 2 more. Alright, in this one, the variable is already on the left, so we don't have to flip anything. I'm going to go ahead and change to addition, just so that we're not working with subtraction. If you feel comfortable working with subtraction and treating that as a negative, that's fine. You don't have to do that step. This is just in case the subtraction confuses you. So our variable is right here. We want to move the negative 8 over. So we're going to add a positive 8 to both sides. That goes to 0. So you have 8x, And then on this side you get 9, and it's greater than or equal to. Our last step is to get x by itself, so we're going to divide both sides by 8. That goes to 1. We're dividing by, so leave that as 9 over 8. We're dividing by a positive, so our sign stays the same. I'm not sure on GMM if they want you to make it a mixed number or not. If they do, then your answer would be x is greater than or equal to 1 and 1/8. 8 goes into 9 one time with 1 left over. And then we graph that. Okay, you can actually do that very well. And try that again. One needs to be more like there. And 2. Okay, it's greater than or equal to, so it's filled in, and it is greater than, so all the numbers that are to the right are bigger. All right, last one. Our variable is over here on the right, so we want to flip. So we're going to make it 5 minus 3x and negative 5 over here, and then flip our sign. All right, I'm going to change from subtraction to addition, and now I can go ahead and start. So here's my variable. So I want to leave that alone. I'm going to move my 5 over. So I'm going to add a negative 5 to both sides. That goes to 0. I'm left with negative 3x. Negative 5 and negative 5 gives me negative 10. Greater than. Last step is to divide to get x by itself. Negative 3 divided by negative 3 gives you 1. I'm going to make sure negative divided by negative is a positive. I'm dividing by a negative, so I'm going to flip my sign. Again, you might need to make that a mixed number. So 3 goes into 10 3 times with 1 left over. Okay, so this is just less than. So it's an open circle, shading less than. Okay, like I said, shouldn't be too bad. It's kind of putting everything that we've done so far in chapter 4 all together. So two-step equations kind of mixed in with the inequalities that we've been working with. Right, if you guys have any questions, please let me know, and good luck.